Yeah, yeah, Four Swords. A lot of betrayal, but I'm in a time of resting. I'm in a resting period. With an emperor. What about the emperor? What about him? I want to go sledding. I know. Sorry. Or snowmobile. Snowmobiles are fun. You know what's really fun? A four wheeler in the snow, and you drag the sled behind you on a four wheeler. That's a lot of fun too. Very dangerous, but a lot of fun. You can tie like an inner tube to it. Like it's so much fun. Huh? I was gonna say I figured you would because you guys are off roaders. You guys have off road equipment. That's funny. I believe it. Yeah, yeah. You are getting a face, yeah. That's why you kind of have to make sure the string's a little longer. You got to get out of that splash zone area. Girl, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. It is a blast to tie a sled or to or interview. Wait, he didn't let you drive. He made you get on the inner tube or on the sled, but he wouldn't get on the sled. Oh, okay, I was gonna say. On the four wheeler. Natalie, I feel like that was low key on purpose. Don't even throw it. Dang! Oh, you were on the dirt bike. He was on the quad. Oh, okay. Girl, man, I'm telling you, those quads and dirt bikes can be dangerous. Would you know that? Girl, you ran your own brother over. What the crap, Nat? Like you guys, you caught your go kart on fire, girl. You guys are not very nice to each other. Oh my god! Like, how did he catch it on fire? Oh my gosh! Oh, no. Dude, you two were always into shenanigans, weren't you? I want to say it was probably me, but truth be told, it was. Oh, oh, that's unfortunate. I probably. Oh, dang. Oh, not. You two are definitely thick of thieves. You guys are little shenanigan buddies. Like for real. And I want to say it was probably not, or Nate was the leader, but it was probably equally, it was probably equal. Don't even try it, girl. I don't believe it. I think you were just as rambunctious as he was. He was the goon to your goblin. You guys were funny. Yeah, exploring abandoned buildings. Went for the quad and stuff. Girls, you guys were, yeah, you guys really were. You guys really, girl. Breaking the law, breaking the law. He just thought everything was an off-road vehicle. That's cute, girl. I remember my first Wrangler. I took off road. I didn't the oil pan. Like, oh my god, my godfather was pissed. He was so mad. I mean, obviously, we got past it, but it was the very first time I ever took it off road, and I had to replace the oil pan because I didn't it. It was like $300. Yeah. Yeah, I was about your age. I was like 19. Yeah, 19. But I understand that mindset. I understand that mindset. Like when you're an off-roader and you grow up on quads and for dirt bikes and stuff like that, you're just like, ah, I can take it off road. Let's go, even if it's not technically an off-road vehicle. You're like, it is today. I believe it. I believe it. That's why I'm surprised that you're not a Jeep girl. I would have figured you would like, growing up with off-road vehicles. That's how my godmother, girl, my Jeep was a sports. It was a sports edition. It had a turbo. Really? That's cool. That's way cool. That's way cool. My grandma, she did the crash derby. She was a derby crash girl. Yeah, she drove in the derby crashes. She was cool. She was really cool. Hmm. Isn't it so that's cool when you hear about grandmas like that. Like your grandma, my grandma, they're, you know what I mean, those rebels. Right. Right. You're fine. That's understandable. What happened? What happened? Yeah. Oh yeah, you did say that. Well, it's always something with a bug adventure. Okay. All right. So, um, now that I have the other cards, it's clear what's going on here. I put up a brick wall with somebody that was obsessed with me. They're in their memories, replaying our conversations, and they're in their blues. Heavy emotions, mental distress, probably because they didn't shoot their shot is the feeling that I get. Missing someone, regression, revisiting the past, obsession, physical attraction, sex appeal. Somebody definitely had a crush on me, but I brick walled them. I blocked them, guarded, hard to reach. I mean, it could be that dude that reached out to me last night and was like, because he said again last night he wished he would have, um, made his move when I was there, but it wouldn't have mattered. I wouldn't have acted on it. Like, no, absolutely not. He's a really, well, no, he wasn't disgusting. He was a really sweet dude. He was actually very nice to me and helped me out quite a bit. Um, but I just wouldn't have. It was her ex husband. I just wouldn't have. No, definitely not. Um, but her other ex best friend actually winded up marrying him. Yeah, but just yeah, yeah. Well, he was married. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if they got married or if they. I know they bought a house together, and they were living together. I can't remember if they got married or not. But her ex-husband and her ex-best friend winded up getting a house together and living together. And she's that friend. She's also a bad alcoholic, and she's a ho ho. But she's with his cousin now. Like, girl, it's a hot mess. They're all a hot mess. And they're all, just all swapping and they're all into swapping partners and keeping it in the same circle. And it's like, I don't know. I didn't want to play in that pool, that dating pool. Um, he's like I said, he's a very nice man. Very, very nice. He was nothing but respectful to me and nice to me. But it could be him. It could be he was, but I didn't brick wall him though. I didn't block him. So I don't know. But somebody with an obsession is in their memories, regression, revisiting. I mean, it could be my exes because when I was out there in Iowa, I didn't want them to know that I was there. So I did wind up like permanently blocking them. Like if any new accounts popped up, I blocked them. I wouldn't respond to their messages, nothing. Especially when I found out about the ex before my fiance, him and the two friends in Ohio, my friend and my ex's friend, lying to my ex about me hooking up with him when I didn't. I absolutely positively did not. And I even have the conversation with the ex boyfriend before my fiance where I'm like, why would you say that? Why would you agree to sabotage me like that? You know that's a lie. And he's like, you're a bitch and you deserve it. And it's like, whatever, dude. Whatever. Who cares? Who really cares? I don't care. Like, you guys lied. You lied to a cheater about me cheating on him when I didn't cheat on him. Like, why do we even care at that point? Because he was an actual cheater. Like, anything you guys could do to make me look like a bad person. Like, it's blatantly obvious the fucking sabotage here. And it's like, and it's, I don't know. It's just sad. It's just so fucking sad. All of it. And it's like, why did he need me to look like I was a cheater so bad? So it would take the camera off of him or take the focus off of him and his infidelity. It's like, dude, I actually caught you with a dick in your mouth. Like, and I was the cheater? Like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. With my own eyeballs. You freaked out and kissed me. You pushed the dick out of your mouth and jumped up and ran to me and kissed me. Like, that was gonna make me unsee what I just saw. Like, come on, dude. Like, get out of here. And I didn't judge him for it. I didn't, I was like, okay, well, maybe I approached it as his friend. Yes, I was his lover, but before anything else, I was his friend, Like, I don't know. But somebody's in their memories and in their blues somebody that I bricked walls, somebody that I blocked, guarded hard to reach, which it could be anybody. I've blocked so many people out of my life because I'm tired. I don't want to play their games. I'm tired. I do not want the drama. I do not want the stress. And the best way to not be involved in it is to block them. Snip, snip, chop, chop, bitches. Brick wall, waterfall. Boy, you think you know it all. You don't. So poof away that attitude. Yeah. Well, yeah, there was a disruption. So it could be one of my exes. I don't know. We have safety here. I'm focused on my safety because of the four swords energy that I was put in by an emperor in reverse, a failed relationship. But I'm in my star energy because I'm the motherfucking star. I don't care, like whatever. So I've had failed relationship after failed relationship. Who hasn't? Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Because of the truth of the matter is, I know a lot of people in my life that I considered friends and family that are in miserable marriages, absolutely miserable, and they have to play pretend and fake that they're in a happy, loving marriage when really I know the truth of the matter is they're absolutely fucking miserable. So at least I'm not in a fake marriage pretending to be happy. I mean, I'm out here on my own trying to survive without a lifeline, but hey, whatever. I guess it's better to sink, or it's better to swim than have somebody pull you down and make you sink. Yeah, I have protection from my feminine energy. It's letting me know I'm protected and to have enthusiasm. 343, approach life with optimistic attitude, even in the face of challenges. Be excited about the opportunities that lie ahead to embrace them with open arms. Oh, yippee! I can't wait to find a nice dry place in the woods to sleep at night. Good thing I was in Girl Scouts and grew up camping. I can't wait to rough it out in the woods. No, I'm kidding. Actually, I really don't mind. I've done it before. Dude, when I first moved to Iowa, the very first time when I was in my early 20s, I was staying with a cousin who was a bad, bad alcoholic, but she was the type of alcoholic she'd get drunk and beat her husband up. Like she'd yell and scream at him and beat and throw things at him. And I was like, I am a grown ass woman. I had to grow up in this as a kid, and I left home when I was 14 years old to get away from that because my mom and my stepdad were like Sid and Nancy Vicious. Like his ass, he would like drive his motorcycle through the trailer. Like he would drive it up the back steps in the back door and then drive it through the kitchen and the living room out the front door and like do burnouts in the living room. Like he just thought he was Joe Cool, man. He was, he was on some pretty hard drugs, and she was still an alcoholic at the time, and they would beat the dog snot out of each other, and like the cops would get called. Like one time he stabbed her with a butter knife and she ran off into the cornfield and they had to bring the bloodhounds to find her. Like it was just wild, crazy shit like that. So when I left home to get away from all that, and when I went out there in my 20s, and my cousin was like, she was like the same way because she's my mom's age. I literally, it was February and I moved out of her house. I went to Walmart. I bought a tent. I went to a campground and I set up a tent in the middle of this campground in the middle of February and lived in this tent. Sure did. I said, fuck this shit. I don't have to be subjected to this. That's the thing. Even with my ex-lovers, like I gave them plenty of chances, but I mean, I wouldn't tolerate it from my own parents and my own family. Of course, eventually I wasn't going to tolerate it from them. I might have let it slide longer than I should have, but I was never going. I always loved myself more to continue to live in toxicity. Just no, all you have to do is walk away. You can tap out. You don't have to stay. For all we know, maybe we only get one life and this might be it. And I'd rather live in a tent solo in the woods by myself, happy, vibing in my own energy than to let some toxic mofo interrupt me being happy, interrupt my vibration, and drag it down. So here I go. Oh, on a lonely road. Oh, it's all right. I'm used to it. In my masculine energy, I got the Queen of Ravens with wealth. Wealth can mean a lot of things. Obviously, all my money was stolen from me I was stripped of all my financial wealth in my career, so I don't have a penny to my name, motherfucking thieves. Let's see. Oh. Where'd you go? Queen of Wavens. And my masculine energy. The Queen of Wavens signifies a feminine energy that is clairvoyant or highly empathetic. She is a good wife, mother, loyal, and adored. Well, I'm not a wife and I'm not a mother. And I'm not loyal or adored. I mean, I'm loyal, but people aren't loyal to me. Some very few have been during this time. Very, very few. And I guess a few people adore me, but overall... A feminine energy that is clairvoyant. Yeah, they got that right. Highly empathetic. That's correct. I would have made an excellent wife. I would have made an excellent mother, but I'm not. Life had other plans for me, unfortunately, because people just couldn't let me have my moment. They couldn't let me be married and start my own family. God fucking forbid, because they thought my boyfriend was better looking than their husband. They thought because my house was bigger than theirs. But they had no idea what happened behind closed doors and the things I had to tolerate and put up with. Being with a partner that was secretly on the DL, that cheated on me, that had addictions he hid from me. Not all that glitters is gold. Oh well. But yeah, I don't know. It says that I have wealth. So this appears to be energetic wealth because it says feminine energy that is clairvoyant. I do have spiritual gifts, highly empathetic. I do have a big heart. She is a good wife. I'm not a wife, but I would have, like I said, I would have made an excellent wife and mother. I am very loyal. And I absolutely adore the people that I loved. So this is spiritual wealth. This is emotional wealth. This is me. And then that much is true. I really do. My wealth has always been in the people. I've always placed my wealth in the people in my life. It turns out that it was fool's gold, the majority of them. Oh well. It's alright. And then I have the Destiny rune with Koala. Koala Walla. Koala spirit has a plan. 35. In nature, the koala moves slowly through the branches of the eucalyptus tree, leisurely chewing the leaves, reminding us that life is not a race or competition. Chasing around after every distraction can keep us from recognizing that we have all we need. You are being asked to trust that by moving slowly with faith in the abundance that is everywhere, surrendering to a power greater than yourself, you will be able to experience the manifestation of your desires. As you take your time enjoying the riches available to you right now, you begin to radiate the joy and abundance. Yeah, I'm very, very grateful to have somewhere warm to sleep during the snowstorm. It's better than the alternative. Spirit is here to keep you discover happiness, pleasure, and contentment. Have faith and trust in Spirit's plan for you, and know that you are loved and cherished. Yeah, I know. He sent me Natalie as a new friend to keep me company, and Chelsea stuck by me, and there's a few people that still check in on me. So I do, I'm mad I've lost the majority of the people I loved and cared about, but I didn't lose everybody, and I gained a few new ones. So, something to focus on and stay positive. And, I've been homeless, lived in tents, lived in my car, lived in shelters. And, I know that I can do this. I just don't want to have to do it again. I shouldn't have to do it again. I worked very, very hard for everything I had. It wasn't right for him to strip me of it all. It wasn't okay for my family to work together to sabotage my life like that. It wasn't okay. Over money, greed, lust, wrath, envy. That's why you gotta be careful. You gotta be very careful. If people, if you don't align with them and you don't have the same morals and you're not into the same things, move on. People believe who they are, believe who they show you they are. And it's time that we stop believing in the potential of people and we start believing in their character that they show us. Anybody can talk about it, but not everybody's actually about it. If their walk don't match their talk, then you need to walk away from them, because you cannot play games with your own life by letting low vibrational people into it. If they want to come back when they've actually done the work and change, great, let them come back. But until they do, you need to keep them at a distance. Because, like I said, I can see it so clearly how easy it was for my enemies to gang up and bribe and blackmail people in my life because they were already low vibrational, lowbrow people to begin with. They were addicts, they were alcoholics, they were cheaters, they had seriously deep-seated wounds and trauma that none of them were working on to fully actually heal. They weren't doing the work. So yeah, those type of people are easy to blackmail and bribe. They weren't the free thinkers I thought they were. They weren't the people. None of them. They just, especially with some of my friends, I'm really disappointed in them. I didn't think they were so easily manipulated. I thought that they, fucking Freemasons, man. Fucking Freemasons. Motorcycle gangs, fucking mob ties. Like, this shit is fucking crazy. Corruption of government resources, like law enforcement, like, and they all wonder why their lives are falling apart. They all wonder why houses are burning down. And did he? Oh, was he calling about the bug? Yeah. I think I'm gonna hop off here and make something to eat. I'm hungry. Thanks for hanging out, Nat. I'll be on. I'll pop on later on. I want to see a freaking dragon. Hopefully, it lets me see it later. I'll check you later, Nat.